This is the homework for lesson number 5 of the Arduino Uno R4 Wi-Fi lessons that Paul McWhorter is putting out. If you look here, I include wire H. That's for the Adafruit. That's the display. Set up the screen information. Set up the display information based on this up here. Then I have include graphics H and the Arduino LED matrix H. That turns on the LED matrix on the R4. Now if we go down here, I select pins. I make an array for pins for all 5 pins, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The reason I start at 4 is because of my connectors. There are 4 connectors, and only 4 together down there are starting at 4. So I can go 4 in one bank of digital inputs and 4 on another bank of digital outputs. Okay. Then I've got the number of pins is 5, so it's the number of LEDs I'm going to have. Then the count I set to 0. And the T I set it for equal 275 milliseconds. And then I begin the serial begin at 15,200. And delay T, and I start the matrix begin. Down here I do a for I equals 0 to I less than num pins, I++, and all that does is it sets up each LED pin as an output. This one just sets up the display and makes sure it's there, and the I squared C loop is working. Down here we've got the loop. Now here I also do another for loop. I do for the I equals 0 and I less than num pins, again I++, and then at that point I write each I depending on what the count is. Now this is a bitwise counting. I got to count, then I bitwise to the right. In other words, it will count to the right using binary. Down here we've got clear display. I set up display. I set the display size as 2. Then there's the display. For some reason they ask you to make it white, so I go in here and make it white and set the cursor for where you want the display to start. Then binary, I type in binary as a label, and then next I'll do 20 down from there, and then I display the count in binary. Now if you're down here, then I say display. That takes it out of the buffer and puts it on the display. Then I pick up the matrix and do it too. Matrix begin, and then I clear. Matrix font, I got 5x7. Matrix text, it's a 1, 255, 0, and 0. And hopefully, I think Paul went over that, but I'll be darned if I remember what it was. And then matrix print line count, and then I print the count number, decimal, and then end text, end draw, and then we do another count or another one of the pins. Okay, let's go ahead and plug this guy in and get him running. Okay, he's off and going. Now you'll notice I have the LED or the R4. I've got 8 pins here brought out through a cable, brought them down to here. I've got a parallel resistors of 4.7K here. I drop that over here. I brought it over to the LED. I don't know what they call this thing, but it's a bunch of LEDs, about 8 of them. And over here I got it all tied to ground, and that allows the display to display the binary counting on the LEDs. Now down here I've got R4 or yeah, what is it? These two pins are I2C and I2C clock and data, and I bring that over through a level shifter because these things don't really like 5 volts, so I put 5 volts in here and bring out 3.3 volts here, and it goes in the display. That protects the display and makes it last a whole lot longer. If you'll notice, I've got the matrix display counting the decimals, and I've got the binary count here on the display, and then I have each LED selecting the binaries all the way up to 32. Okay, now that's my homework, and I appreciate you doing these, Paul. Thanks a lot. Bye.